Hi, my name is Sylvie. I am a certified health coach and fitness trainer, and today's video is all about the Mediterranean diet. I created a guide that I'm offering as a freebie on my website. I'll add the link in the description below if you want to check it out. In the guide and on the blog post, which you'll also find the link to in the description, I talk about all the benefits of the Mediterranean diet, and I give you a step-by-step process to help you switch over to the Mediterranean diet. When you practice intermittent fasting, one of the amazing things is that you gain more food freedom. I know that before I started experimenting with intermittent fasting, I had to be really careful, and I didn't do very well with many whole foods that are supposed to be healthy, such as grains and legumes. But as I was able to improve my health through proper supplementation and intermittent fasting, I was able to reintroduce these foods into my diet. And when your body is balanced and you are experiencing optimal health, these foods are very beneficial, and they are a very integral part of the Mediterranean diet for many good reasons. So in this video, I'm simply going to take you through the step-by-step process that I suggest you do in my ebook. However, if you want recipe ideas and learn more about the benefits of this type of diet, don't forget to click on the link in the description. Step number 1 will be to replace unhealthy fats for healthy ones. And that is no matter what you do, even if you're not ready to adopt a Mediterranean diet, even if you still have to stay away from grains and legumes, for example, even some vegetables, as I know some of you may have to do. Switching from bad fats to good fats is like the first thing you can do if you want to improve your diet. What you need to do is you need to avoid trans fat, obviously, such as margarine. Focus on healthy fats such as avocado, nuts and seeds, some fish, olive oil. These are great staples that you need to add to your diet, particularly when you are switching over to a more Mediterranean style of diet. Extra virgin olive oil is great, and you can add it to your salads, you can add it to your veggies, and you need to use that instead of the processed vegetable oils and cottonseed oil and safflower oils, all the other oils that are very refined. These are a big no-no. Okay, step 2 would be to consume more protein in the form of fish, seafood, and legumes. If you follow the traditional advice regarding the Mediterranean diet, it is recommended that you limit your consumption of red meat, for example, and instead focus on eating leaner protein like chicken or seafood or turkey. I am not super strict with avoiding red meat. I think really it boils down to making sure that your diet focuses on an abundance of vegetables. And also legumes. Again, legumes can be a bit controversial because some people don't do well with them, but I think there is enough evidence to suggest that cultures in the world that eat more legumes live longer, and I think when you improve your gut health enough through intermittent fasting, it would be a good idea to start eating legumes again. Legumes are a great source of protein, they're cheap, and they're full of fiber. That's what I would recommend as step number 2. Step number 3 is eat more vegetables. Vegetables, no matter where you are at on your health journey, trying to increase your consumption of vegetables is always a good plan. So what I have done myself is when I break my fast, I drink a superfood shake, and that really fills me up with all kinds of vitamins and minerals, and then I eat a large salad and try to eat at least one large salad a day, or a big bowl of vegetables, prepared in whatever way you like to prepare them, steaming them, roasting them, adding some olive oil, and maybe even a little bit of feta cheese or nuts and seeds on your vegetables and your salads. That's also a great option. Step 4 would be to choose whole grains over processed bread products. that is pretty basic. We all know that processed bread products are unhealthy. And I mean, it's a matter of balance. I mean, sometimes you can treat yourself and have a cupcake. I don't want to make your life miserable. But as a general rule, try to avoid those. Stay away from baked goods and instead eat some quinoa, some rice, and stuff like that. Step number 5 is to consume more nuts. As I mentioned already, nuts are an excellent source of healthy fats, but that's not the only thing. They have a high amount of phytochemicals, minerals, and vitamins that will help nourish your body. So try to aim for about a handful of nuts daily. Step number 6 is to snack on fruits and veggies. And I'm not a big fan of snacking. I don't recommend you snack, particularly if you haven't been experimenting much, you're still a beginner with intermittent fasting, and you still struggle with blood sugar spikes and things like that, I would stay away from snacking as much as possible. But if you must snack, if you're feeling awful and you have to eat something, eat some fruits, vegetables, or that handful of nuts we just talked about. And lastly, step number 7 is to use spices and fresh herbs. And in one of my How to Break Your Fast blog posts, which again I will also link in the description, you can check it out, I talk about breaking your fast with something that's very nutrient dense. Well, when I wrote that, I learned about how nutrient dense fresh herbs are. Fresh herbs are amazing. They are a healing food filled with benefits. And so experiment with using fresh herbs in your salads, in your veggies, in your main meals, and try fresh basil, fresh cilantro, fresh parsley. All these fresh herbs will boost your health in ways you can't imagine. That's it. I think you have a good starting point here. If you are wanting to include some of the principles of the Mediterranean diet to your lifestyle, you will be on your way to improving your health even more. Using the Mediterranean diet in conjunction with intermittent fasting is an excellent approach to optimize your health. I still believe that doing some keto cycles, as I mentioned in a lot of my videos, is a great idea, and also mixing things up with the fasting mimicking diet. But as a baseline for the other times where you're just intermittent fasting, the Mediterranean diet is a great diet to adopt. And again, check out the link in the description to access your free guide. I think you'll find it super helpful and you'll enjoy it. So see you next week.